Hello, everyone. Again, this is Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another exciting video. This is a bitter, this is a sweet bitter video. Let me say that like that. I think that this is a amazing feat for a man that's not even 30 years old. But the bitter part about this is why in the world are so many people living in food deserts, and why so few blacks own grocery stores? So let's dive into this because to me, this is astounding. So let's talk about this. I have looked on YouTube. I didn't find an article about this young man nowhere on YouTube. So I had to do a video on it because, on this channel, we see the news, we report the news. All right. So a 28-old Donta Rose opened a $5 million grocery outlet in his old North Philadelphia neighborhood. So what's so significant about this? This unpacks a lot of significance. One significance is this. This was a neighborhood that did not have a grocery store until now. Before then, I think the last grocery store in this neighborhood was 1960. So in that aspect, these people were living in what you call a food desert. And we're going to unpack a lot of stuff in this video. And this is the grocery store. This young man is 28 years old. He's a grown man, not just a young man, but he's the actual owner of this store. And let's go ahead and pack. I just want to show you these videos before I go and further into the article. Like I said again, I didn't see nobody speaking about this, so I definitely want to talk about it and talk about the significance of this. Located in North Philadelphia, Donta Rose opened a new grocery outlet, making it the first business to open in the new Philadelphia Housing Authority development, according to the Inquirer. On July 28, he helped cut the ribbon of the $5 million store in the 52 million Sharswood Ridge Shopping Center. Initially, Rose designed stores for the franchise, which spurred from majoring in engineering at Morgan State University. But coming from a family of entrepreneurs, he was bound to be his own boss. I think entrepreneurship is sometimes in your DNA, right? When you see your family do it, sometimes you be like, I know how to make money. I was taught, I was told, I was conditioned. But let's keep going and let's talk about how this is such a significance. Rose scrapped together savings and obtained what he called a nice, hefty loan to buy in. The outlet reports. Now it has turned into owning his own grocery outlet supermarket at 21st Street and Ridge Avenue in Sharswood, his former neighborhood. This is called buying the block, folks. This is called buying the block. That's where we're from, he told the outlet. I know the neighborhood. I know how unique this neighborhood is because if you go 4 blocks over, you're on Temple's campus. And if you go 5 blocks down, you're in Brewery Town. It became really important for me to be in a community that we are familiar with. All right. Community being at the heart of it all. The PHA developed aims to revive the Sharswood and Blumberg neighborhoods for the new grocery outlet. The overall goal is to support the community. According to reports, the store provides fresh produce for residents who need to walk or rely on rides of more than a mile to shop for groceries beyond corner stores and produce vendors. In addition to accessibility, the store is set to hire staff from the neighborhood. And that's what is so important. And that's one reason why I want to do a video on this because in my mind, I'm like, okay, the significance when somebody say, why is it so important for this to happen? It's important because at the end of the day, so many people rely on neighborhood. And this, folks, was a store, was an area that did not have a store since 1960. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a family affair. With hard work and wins comes a lot of sacrifices. But Rose, has his family to join on through it all and in his endeavors. My name is on the loan. My face might be on there in store signage, but my mom is going to be with me, he said. My dad is actually out running right now to go pick up a safe for me and helping to grab stuff for the opening. My sisters are with me, so it's definitely going to be a family business for sure. So not only was he able to provide some kind of aspect for the family, but he was also able to um, uh, provide jobs for the neighborhood. So let's talk about this. And this is why, to me, this is so significant because to me, I look at it like this. Why are there so few black owned grocery stores? And I'm not trying to make this a race thing. No, I'm not. So whoever listened to this is not a race thing. This is something that is a reality, right? And this article is from 4 years ago, and it means so much. Local food leaders are seeking solutions to fixing food in their communities. And why is this so significant, right? Here, new analysis from Association of American Medical Colleges and USDA shows that 54 million people are food insecure, and 23.4, I'm reading all this wrong, right? 23.5 live in food deserts. That means that 1 in 6 Americans struggle to eat daily. So food deserts are places where you can't actually go and get to your food, like you're in rural places. Northern Philly is not classified as a rural place. It's just because it's in poverty, people are not investing. You're not going to get a Kroger or a Walmart and so much in this area. So that's why it's so important for people that say, oh, I'm in entrepreneurship. It's so much to go on because most black businesses. All right, let's go here. Let's read this, and I'm gonna show you something else. 20% of rural areas in the U.S. are classified as food deserts. There are small areas within each state in the U.S. that are classified as rural food deserts, but they occur predominantly in the Midwest. Within these counties, approximately 2.4 million individuals have low access to a large supermarket. That's why this is so significant. All right, so let's go here and let's copy this because this is so significant, folks. This is so significant, folks. And this video got so much to unpack, and we got nothing else to do, right? We're gonna unpack some stuff. Let's see. Let's go and put this one here because that covers the whole thing. All right, so let's come here. Why are there so few black-owned grocery stores? Local food leaders are seeking solutions. All right, here we go. Excuse me. The food service, a supermarket that Circle Food store owner Dwayne Bordox runs in New Orleans, Seventh Waters, clean and stocked with locally sourced produce that arrives with days to spare. The butcher cuts meat daily in the store and offers not only standard cuts but items that are locally popular: raccoon, pig lips, pig ears, rabbit, and so on. Now, I don't know about all that. That's different from me, but let's keep going. Concerned about the rate of diabetes and hypertension among African Americans, the majority of his customers, Bordox, not only sells healthy food, but also incentives, uh, emphasizing this by offering $5 worth of free fresh produce to those who spend $5 on it. All right. So you spend $5 on produce, he offers $5 also. You should serve the community because it's not all about making money, says Bart. I hope I'm saying his name, Boudreaux. I'm gonna say Boudreaux. I think Boudreaux is probably the name. An African American in his early 40s who lives 7 minutes from the store. He has worked and nearly his whole life. Before taking it over from his father, I'll sell more liquor, alcohol, cigarettes, and fried foods if I wanted to make more money. So that's what it's telling you. That sometimes our eating habits are poor, and so many aspects are poor in this aspect, right? But it continues to be part of the community. You don't take the money out of the community and not reinvest it back into it. It's like a family. You have to nurture it. You have to provide for it. You have to look out for people. To be a part of the community, you have to, you got to care. All right. So we're diverging on his personality and how he care, but we're talking about why so many grocery stores are not owned by the people that shop to those stores in the community. They don't even do that. So let's keep going. His is a rare success in Black and brown communities nationwide, but not for lack of effort. In fact, Boudreaux's is one of the nation's few remaining Black people operating full-service supermarkets. No organizations track the number, but sources familiar with the situation and some of the remaining grocers suggest that fewer than 10 Black-owned grocery stores remain across the entire country. All right, so only 10. So that's why this is so significant to whatever Donta Rose is doing. Because only 10 grocery stores are Black owned. No organizations track the number, but sources familiar with the situation and some of the remaining grocers suggest that fewer than 10 Black owned grocery supermarkets remain across the entire country. All right, so why is that important? Why is that important? Black percentage of most Black entrepreneurs. Let's see. All right, what type of business do let's reword that. What type of businesses do Black own? Let's just do that. Let's just throw this out there. All right, so African Americans have operated virtually every kind of company, but some of the most prominent Black owned businesses have been insurance companies, banks, recording labels, funeral parlors, barbershops, beauty salons, restaurants, soul food restaurants, record stores, and bookstores. This is where Blacks are making their money. They are not making their money in fashion because fashion is not listed. Making money in grocery stores because there are only 10 Black-owned grocery stores in America. And this article is from 4 years ago. So that number could have fluctuated up and down. But the thing is, they're not that many. That's the point that we're making in this here. They're not that many. So that's here. All right. This is a problematic because strong anchor businesses like grocery stores can serve as the center of neighborhood economics, recirculating local revenues through wages and nearly businesses. They can also be neighborhood hubs where people can go buy good good food as well as an employment centers and sources of community pride. This is the reason why owning a grocery store in your community and protecting that grocery store also. You want to protect the grocery store and not just own it. So these makes huge significance. And that's why I'm making this video, because I want to talk about the goodness of Donta Rose owning that store, but I want to talk about the drawbacks of us not having our own store. But where there are no grocery stores, or where there are no enmeshed in the or where they are not enmeshed in the fabric of the community, problems arise. Grocery store ownership directly ties to larger struggles and themes like economic stability, self-determination, power, control, and racial and class stratification, says Malik Yakini. Yakini is the director of the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network, an organization that builds safe, reliance, food security, and injustice in Detroit's Black community. When a neighborhood loses a local grocery store, he says the African American community essentially becomes what he describes as a domestic colony. So this is something else that's significant, and it feel like I can't even read today. Some of the words that should be easy feel like I'm illiterate. Nevertheless, I'm gonna keep pushing through. All right, so let's read that one more time, and then I'm gonna type something else talking about the significance. When a neighborhood loses a local grocery store, he says the African American community essentially becomes what he described as a domestic colony. All right, so let's come here and we see where African Americans invest most of their money, right? Didn't we paste that? Yeah, right here. We pasted that here. African Americans have operated virtually every kind of company, but some of the prominent Black owned businesses have insurance companies, banks, recording labels, funeral parlors, barber shops, beauty salons, restaurants, soul food restaurants, record stores, and bookstores. Why is it so significant? We have grocery stores. Read a lot of those significance. And why is it so important? All right, Black neighborhoods are seen as a place for the more dominant economy to sell things, Yakini says. We are more interested in building community, self-determination, and self-reliance. We're interested in being more than consumers of goods that others bring to sell, and often goods that are inferior to what's sold in the white community. We're not a place to dump cheap goods, Yakini continues. African American communities need to be producers of goods and stand eyeball to eyeball and shoulder to shoulder to other economic groups. Those haven't those that haven't are subject to all sorts of abuse. This is so significant, guys. This is so significant that you clearly see the percentage that we do not own. This is why our money are not recycled, because we'll go and we'll put up all kind of stuff in our stores, but we won't own our own grocery store. All right, so shop Black. And this is not significant of this article. I just want to talk about the significance of the lack of grocery stores in your neighborhood. It become food deserts, and Mr. Malik called them domestic colony. You living in a domestic colony if you cannot go to a grocery store in your community. So it was something else I want to keep rambling and saying because it's a degree of significance. All right, so let's click here. This is Black owned grocery stores in the US. And like I said again, it's not that many. It's not that many. It's not that many. So here, Black owned grocery stores US. You see right here, you got Deli Organics. This is out of Los Angeles, California. Then, as you can see, that grocery outlet also have other entrepreneurs that own franchises, and this is Eugene Bennett, new owner of Grocery Outlet, and he has this article is 3 years ago. Compton Grocer hosts Taste of Compton. They have a grocery store owned by Eugene Bennett. And then you have here 40 Acres Fresh Market, and that's in Chicago. This is Black owned grocery store. Then you got Alja Express, Cleo's Bodega Grocery and Cafe, Modelland Marketplace. You got West Philly Produce, and that's a short list, people. It's a short list with the amount of EBT and all of this stuff people spend. That's why Mr. Donta Rose is so important. And before I leave, I want to talk about something else. It was something else that I want to mention in that in the significance of that. Is this it? Let's see. I think this is it. I wanted to touch on this. This won't be long. I'm not going to read word for word what it say. It was something else that was significant about him putting at this. Look like Afrotech just took Yahoo, or Yahoo took their words. And whoever had it first, whoever didn't have it first, all they did is got it word for word. But it was not, was it 1960? Let's see. Is it here? Is this here? I just wanted to read something significant that was in there. And it talks about one thing significant. It says in that neighborhood, it was not a grocery store in that neighborhood until the 1960s. That's the danger when you live in a domesticated colony. I'm not going to try to read. A lot of this is rebadge information. I was just looking for, and I should have been better prepared. But anyways, we got another video that we're going to unpack soon. But I definitely want to talk about the greatness of Donta Rose. But I want to talk about the implications that of there being no Black-owned grocery stores in our communities. This becomes terrible. And once again, this is Team Tigio. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.